Hello again, it's me, Rain Barrel Boy. We are building a cheap chicken coop today out of bits that I have lying around. It's gonna go right here. That's the kid's fort. I'm taking it apart to use for parts for chickens. I've already started the disassembly project. For those of you that don't have a fort to take apart, you can do what I did. Go on Craigslist, find people getting rid of fence board, the bits they've cut off, and make a chicken coop. Don't forget the most important thing: tea. Good tea. It's vanilla chai. It's delicious. If you don't have tea, you might as well just quit now. So we've consulted with the building authority, also known as the Missus, and I've come up with, this is 4 foot long. I probably should have some measurements in here for you guys. 2 feet wide. And about that tall. 29-ish. In case you're wondering how I came up with those measurements. Well, the 2 foot was 4 foot. Simple floor plan. This thingy is bits of pallets that I had that I cut down. And I cut it to a height that looked reasonable. And I have no idea what those angles are. I just guessed. Drew some lines. Cut them. Beautiful thing about wood is you can keep cutting it till it fits. Progress update. I put a board back there for stabilization. The ridge here. I cut that down with a skill saw and then hit it with a belt sander. So we kind of have the same reveal. I'm going to put a piece of plywood on either side, run it all the way down. And then on this side I'm going to put a hinge so that she can raise the whole thing up and reach in. We're going to have a little brooding box back here, and then there's going to be a perch for them. One side sided. Actually, both sides are sided. That's their little perch. That toilet vent is not actually a toilet vent. Those are just their little bird boxes I put back there on either side. And I really don't want them walking all over it and pooping it, so I kind of put that there to discourage that. Whether it works or not, we'll see. There's a vent hole in that corner. Vent hole in this corner. About a 32-inch by 4 foot piece of plywood. Now I have the hinges here, because the hope is to put the other piece on this side, screw it into the hinges, and then raise and lower the whole contraption. That might be a pipe dream, but we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. Oh, I think this is the part where I'm supposed to insert something very witty and clever, but unless I have somebody to make fun of, I don't really have anything to go with. So, oh, and before you freak out and say, "Oh my God, look at this corner, he forgot," I didn't forget. I just didn't have a long enough fence board. And instead of patching holes, this side's going to be against the garage, so nobody will ever see it except for you and your 50,000 subscribers. Great. Okay, bye. So both sides have the plywood cut. That's a little piece of peel and stick, tar, rubber, whatever. The shingling I'm doing, don't yell at me, you purists. Yes, it's a staple gun. I don't live in Hurricane Alley. The pitch is so steep, I don't really care. They're chickens. I did not leave a 1-inch overhang on the sides. They're chickens. But we tucked that around this side. The hinges actually worked. I didn't like how much weight there was on the board, so we added this piece of flooring that I had. And this whole thing lifts and sits. So I also put it up on some 4x4s so I don't get paint on the floor when we paint it. And we'll get you back up to speed in a minute. Framing's done. Shingles are on it. Now we're just putting on a coat of paint. It's not terribly interesting, but I figured you should see steps. Of course, remember, you can't mess up when you're painting. As Bob Ross would say, there are no mistakes, just happy little accidents. And if you think, wow, that really looks like crap, well, you'll remember, I never said it was going to look good in the beginning. But the plus side is I've spent all of no dollars on this thing, because I have used everything from my scrap pile, and actually some shingles from the neighbor, because I ran out. So when this is all done, I will show you the finished product, in all its glory. Maybe even with some chickens in it. So my dear sweet wife reminded me that they have to have a way to get in and out. So instead of adding a little flap, I did what any proper husband would do and immediately overcompensated. So we threw this thing on here. There's a couple boards in the back, angled up, and then I did lap siding in there. And then we shingled over it. Now they have a grand entrance. Hello, I'm Dr. Nizowden. I'm just kidding. You ever watch 600 Pound Life? It's amazing. It's a guilty pleasure at the station. That has nothing to do with any of this. You know what does have to do with this? Tea. Remember the #1 ingredient for building a successful coop? Tea. Today we have a lovely vanilla chai in triangle bags. I know. I have the infusers, but I didn't have time for that because we're busy. Remember? Building a chicken coop. So anyways, we got it outside. I showed you that stuff. I am building slapdash stuff out of what used to be a chicken coop. We had one here before that was much larger. So I'm not even bothering to put concrete in the ground or use pressure treated or any of that wonderful stuff for 2 reasons. 1, all this is recycled crap, remember? So it's supposed to be cheap. And 2, because we're actually, you see this little brick thing here? Since this is going on my brother's YouTube channel, you probably know all about double dug garden beds. If you don't know about double dug garden beds, go back to whichever video he has about double dug garden beds. Say that 6 times fast. So we're not putting any pressure treated in here because we're going to put gardens here because I have previously before had this be a double dug garden bed. So we are stapling on some wire. This is all wire I had from previous chicken coops. We're almost done. Once I get this part finished, we will put the little chickies in. Probably going to want to meet them. I forgot about that. That's not a chicken coop. This is a rabbit hutch. We can talk about building one of those later. Hello. That's Henry. His name used to be Cinderella Daisy Dump Truck. I have 3 children. Then they took a history class and decided he could be Henry. These are all silkies. We got them because my wife gets bored and she likes pets. They will lay eggs, but that's not the point. The point is they're not going to get much bigger than that, and they have like 0 predator instinct, so they're stupid friendly. Hello. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Once you pick them up, see, they just kind of sit here. This one's called a showgirl. She got that big poofy thing on her head. See that? Anyways, there you go. Most chickens freak out. These just kind of chill. All right, back to work. And tea. Don't forget tea. Chickens! I probably should have cleaned up before I did this. I'm not very patient. So I both a little latch. That kind of thing. But we're not going to open it. There they are. Not the wire. Show me chickens. Focus on chicken. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, there's chickens. They seem to be okay. We'll figure it out if any of them are dead in the morning. But anyhow, I'm gonna go get some more tea.